Today I've got for you an example strength and power session for Jiu-Jitsu. It's a full body session, but you can also use it if you're an MMA athlete, even a striker to some extent. But the only real difference between a session like this for Jiu-Jitsu and for other martial arts is exercise selection and volume. Because when we're targeting certain adaptations, for example, strength and power, it's relatively the same regardless of the sport. You'll just have some small differences here and there. So sit back and I'm going to take you through this session.
All right, so starting with the Pogo or ankle pop. Again, if you're a podcast listener, you'll know about addressing physical qualities that you don't get within the sport. And this is one of them, reactive strength, especially of the ankle and the stiffness of the legs. You can see I'm attacking the ground there as well. If you heard the little dog crying in the intro, that's a little puppy there. Then I moved on to a behind the neck push press. I quite like this variation. This is one of those exercises that you'll consider a mobility exercise. It will open up your shoulders and you also get the full body strength power aspects of it too. So this is definitely something to try with your grip width. You can use more of a snatch grip, but I like to kind of go in between a clean and a snatch grip. It feels more comfortable and more powerful in that position. If you do have really tight shoulders or a thoracic spine that's kind of stuck, bent over in a kyphosis posture, then you might need to build up to doing something like this. But the push press definitely helps if you have mobility issues there. Then I have a squat jump. Essentially, I take away the eccentric. It focuses mainly on the muscular development of force here rather than relying on the elastic structures that you would when you were going down and up in a counter movement fashion. Obviously you can do either or. I quite like this variation, especially for grapplers. You don't have too much eccentric utilization throughout jiu-jitsu. Strength is quite important. So this one I just loaded with the bar, but you can load these damn heavy too. You can go up 60 to 70% body weight on there, or even heavier depending on if you want to touch more on the force side or on the velocity side. And then I finished with some Pendlay Rows, and I did these explosively, so there's a little bit of body English. Definitely give these a go to develop explosive pulling strength. And you can go heavy on these too. Don't worry about making these strict. These ones are straight for power. And that's pretty much the session. Low volume, easy. You could do this before you train. You'll be fine as well. Give this a go next time you hit the gym.
I'll put some sets and reps ranges down in the description. You'll also find a link to the Sweet Science of Fighting community. There's all the programs in there as well that you get as part of access to that. This is just an example of a training session that you could do. But I have full programs laid out in there, including currently building out a full year's programming for Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, and for strikers as well. But there's also the hallmark programs in there: Dominate the Mat, Dominate the Cage, and Dominate the Ring, that are all strength power based. So make sure you check those out down in the description. There's also some freebies down there too.